Coming up, I'm going to be talking about Moana 2, also going to be talking about Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Taylor Swift, and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com with a quick news update for you guys on some of the news that came out of the financial results that Disney announced yesterday. This is going to be one of two videos today because there's that much news. Yeah, so let's do all the fun stuff in this one. So let's start off talking about Moana, because way back at the Investors Day in 2020, it was announced that Disney was working on a new series for Disney Plus based on Moana. And since then, we've not really heard too much more about it. But that all changed when Bob Iger announced that actually Moana 2 is going to be coming to cinemas this coming Thanksgiving at the end of November. Big change. Basically what they've done is they've taken the Disney Plus series and they felt it was so good that they've then turned it into a film. So it's going to be maybe a little bit different. It's not going to have the music from Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm still going to have Maui and like Moana in there, and this is very interesting on a couple of different things. First off, I think this makes so much sense. Moana is the most streamed film of last year. Apparently it's now just had over like 1 billion minutes just on Disney Plus alone. This is a streaming juggernaut. So the series no doubt would have been a huge hit on Disney Plus. I think it would have been huge. But putting it out in cinemas as a film, and obviously they would have made some changes. We don't know when the decision was made. This could have been made a year, 18 months ago. But yeah, so we're going to be getting Moana 2. Nice little surprise. We had a very, very small little clip of it come out. I suspect we're going to see a little bit more maybe during the Super Bowl this coming weekend. Big surprise, don't get these very often in terms of, but it makes a lot of sense because almost this was like hiding in plain sight. We knew they were working on a Moana project, so there wasn't really a huge amount coming out of it. Yes, it definitely opens the doors. Again, I'm just moving away from kind of Disney Plus series in some ways when they look at this and go, this can make some money. And I know that this, I mean, Moana wasn't like $1 billion hit. It wasn't a huge breakout in cinemas. It really kind of caught up, as I said, on Disney Plus and has had loads of success with that. So, you know, if they can pull in a few hundred, 500 million on this, that would be deemed a success. And then it would then be a juggernaut on streaming. I mean, whether or not it is, because the music might be different, but yeah, I mean, Moana 2. So we're going to get that for Thanksgiving. Also kind of revealed as well that we're going to be getting Zootopia 2 next Thanksgiving. And then I think the year after we'll be getting Frozen, because generally Walt Disney Studios release a film each Thanksgiving. So they've kind of got that going. Yeah, we're going to be having films from like Pixar and stuff. But yeah, so Moana 2, that's going to be a nice big surprise, but are you excited about Moana 2? Love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. So as we all know, Taylor Swift right now is pretty much everywhere, especially with the Super Bowl this weekend. It's just, she can't really get away from it. She's got a new album coming out, and her concert last year was a huge success, and also she made a film version of it. Well, the good news is they're going to be releasing a new version of it in entirety. There's going to be some extra songs in there, including Cardigan, and this is going to be Taylor's version. It's going to be coming to Disney Plus on the 15th of March. This is huge. This is getting the Swifties in to watch this is going to be a massive boost. I'm going to watch it. I do like Taylor Swift music. It was in my top 5 Spotify list last year. Yeah, I've been liked her music since way back when she was doing country music. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but this is a huge get. All the different streamers are trying to get this one, but this one is a huge I think this is fantastic for Taylor Swift fans, but also just for Disney Plus. I mean, if you're gonna, Bob Iger was just dropping like mic drops then, and yeah, getting a Taylor Swift concert for Disney Plus. Big move, but let us know what you think of that in the comments below. There was also some other big mic drops. It was revealed as well during the quarterly financial results that Percy Jackson and the Olympians has been renewed for a 2nd season because the show has been a huge success on Disney Plus and on Hulu. And yes, it's going to be returning. No word yet on when filming. I imagine it's not going to be too long because obviously the kids are getting older. Yeah, and hopefully in some ways that they actually renew it for a little bit more so they can kind of get going on it. But they have been working on the scripts and stuff for a while. They were going with the assumption that it was going to be greenlit. And I think, to be fair, I think once those first initial numbers came out that first week, I think they probably knew it was happening. But nice to know it's confirmed. We are going to be getting more Percy Jackson. I didn't really have any doubts that we wouldn't, because when else has Disney Plus had an original series that has been that big a hit straight out the gate? Nope, so looking forward to it. I enjoyed the show. I thought it was really good, but let us know what you think of it in the comments below. There was also another major announcement at the quarterly results, and that was that Disney is launching a mega new video game kind of thing with Fortnite, and it's going to embody all of Disney, and there's going to be like a world, and in this, like, they released a map, and it's kind of got Hoth, and it's got places like with the Avengers Tower, and you've got different vehicles like Lilo and Stitch, you've got Peter Pan, you've got Avatar. There's also a Disney Plus little island sort of thing in there. So whether or not you're going to be able to like watch Disney Plus in this new game, I don't know if it's going to be part of Fortnite or if it's going to be a separate game to Fortnite. A little bit, because I think like with the recent Rocket Racing, that was kind of in there, but then they released it separately. I think maybe the same thing might happen with the Lego game that they've got in there, because they're building on this, because they've actually invested $1.5 billion in buying up 10% of Epic Games. So this is major, because this is not, they are behind the engine of many video games like the new Star Wars Jedi Survivor, but also they use this technology at the theme parks, creating like Galaxy's Edge at the Millennium Smuggler's Run, and all the technology in there. It's a great one, and you sit there and you blast it, and it's cool. Also the volume which they use for filming Percy Jackson and The Mandalorian, that's all based on that technology. So many video games use the Unreal Engine. It's a big thing, but they are really going in on gaming, because Bob Iger had been giving a presentation by his staff, and they kind of were like, when he saw the data of how much time people spend playing video games compared to watching television, he was shocked, and then realised then we maybe should have been in that. Been saying that for years, mate. But he did say that their licensing model is working out really best for them. That's actually, that's making them much more money than when they had, because Disney's had an awful reputation with opening studios, closing studios, opening studios, closing studios, because they never really get it. But so this new version is going to be interesting. How it's all going to work, different games, and they're going to be able to create stuff. I mean, there's probably going to be racing, and it's going to be fun. It kind of feels like it may be a really good version of Disney Infinity. But yeah, looking forward to it. The fact that it's got a Disney Plus thing in it already, good. That's definitely kind of piqued my interest. So I'm definitely going to be interested to see how this goes. So I'll be, seeing how it is and how it all interconnects. I mean, it'd be nice if maybe if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, you get free skins or things like that, because they do that with like PS Plus and stuff, so that would be kind of cool for them to do. But yeah, it's a big thing to be brought in, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this one. But let us know if you're excited about that. Let me know in the comments below. And our question today, which comes from Comic Book Guy, who says, do you think Disney Plus having 3D movies on Apple Vision Pro might bring interest back to 3D, and maybe they might even bring it on to PSVR 2? It'd be nice to see them add that extra support. I definitely feel like, it would make sense for these films to be available on different formats in 3D, but it must be a lot more difficult with all the different technologies. Sony doesn't even sell films now, so that must make that a little bit tricky. Personally, I still think of watching films in 3D as a little bit of a gimmick. You don't tend to see so many films being released in 3D the same way they were a few years ago. I personally don't really like it. I always used to find it really awkward putting two pairs of glasses on. It might be different with the Vision Pro, but in reality, how many people are going to sit there at home with it on? If you're on your own watching it, it's, I don't know, I think that enclosed and things, it might look better. I'm sure like Avatar, The Way of Water looks fantastic on it, because I know when I saw that at cinemas last year, or the year before now, it just blew my mind. But anything else, I mean, yeah, I'm not a big fan of 3D. I don't think, it always takes me a long time to kind of get used to it. But I think like with PSVR and stuff, I've not tried PSVR 2. I have got the first unit. It's sat next door collecting some dust. But yeah, you would hope that it would. But I think it's just how much it's going to be worth it. Will it be going in? I mean, it makes sense maybe on the Quest or something like that. But yeah, the technology of moving it around, I think with Apple, there's just a little bit more power behind that device to be able to do it. And a bit more prestige, I think, maybe as well with them doing it. But hopefully it moves on. I mean, I still think of this Apple Vision Pro thing as a little bit of a gimmick. It's either going to be groundbreaking or a dust collector. I think it's either going to go one or two ways. I think that's kind of thing. Seeing pictures of someone in a Tesla with the car doing auto drive with them being on a Google, or on the Apple thing, crazy. I mean, that's how that could happen. I don't know. It just blows my mind. And there was also the guy that sat on the tube, kind of on this subway in New York. Just looks really weird. Just say that there. But let us know what it's bad enough with everyone with their phones walking around, let alone with screens. Yeah. But nevertheless, let us know. Would you like to watch 3D stuff on your PSVR 2 or other devices? Like, especially, I don't know. I actually don't even know if the movies are available through Disney Plus. I think you might have to own them in 3D. I don't know. It's a little bit, the wording in the press release was very like iffy on that, but let us know. You're going to be using it. Love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Leave us a question if it's good enough. I'll pick it out for tomorrow's video. And on that note, guys, thank you very much. See you guys soon. Laters.